Globally, more and more countries around the globe are embracing abolition of the death penalty, with approximately 75% now abolitionist or abolitionist de facto. Those that have not executed for at least 10 years yet retain the death penalty in law are classified by the United Nations as abolitionist de facto. Kenya falls into this category as its last execution was over 35 years ago. However, it continues to sentence people to death for the crimes of murder, attempted murder, robbery with violence, and attempted robbery with violence. Today, there are over 600 people on death row in Kenya. But who are they? Are they really the worst of the worst? And what have they experienced in their journey through the criminal justice system? The vast majority of death row inmates in Kenya are male. The majority are first-time offenders. Most have little or no formal education and have struggled to find reliable employment. Earning below the Kenyan living wage, most have struggled with debt and the financial responsibility of looking after children and other family members. Facing such pressures, it's not surprising many of them experienced poor mental health before their imprisonment. Following their arrests, many death row prisoners experience a denial of their basic legal rights. Nearly half were denied the right to remain silent, or to have a lawyer present during their interrogation, and half felt coerced into making a confession. Some have experienced attempts at bribery or suffered psychological and physical abuse by law enforcement. Many have been denied legal representation at trial or appeal, and those who have had legal assistance have been dissatisfied with their representation. This led to many on death row failing to fully understand what was happening during their trial. With many facing financial hardship, it is not surprising that the majority who committed robbery did so for financial gain. Very few prisoners were in a calm or in a rational state of mind when they committed their crimes. Being on death row has devastating impact on a person. The majority are left isolated, having lost contact with friends and family. Death row prisoners face a lack of socialization, mental stimulation, and have little access to medical care or nourishing food. The fear of execution often causes extreme trauma, affecting not only physical well-being but also psychological health too. This is called death row syndrome, and the longer someone is on death row, the greater the damage to them. The death penalty is a cruel and inhuman punishment that unfairly discriminates against the poorest and most disadvantaged members of the society. Around the world, the majority of those sentenced to death lack the resources to secure adequate legal representation. Many have little knowledge of their rights. Both factors increase their likelihood of being sentenced to death and makes the risk of wrongful conviction greater. Read our report, Living with a Death Sentence in Kenya, Prisoners' Experiences of Crime, Punishment and Death Row, and find out more about the Death Penalty Project's work at deathpenaltyproject.org.